Have you ever caught yourself in the mirror and thought, "Wow, where did the years go?" We gain wisdom, we gain freedom, and we collect a lifetime of stories. But along with the gifts of age, some sneaky habits can slip into our lives without us even noticing. And here's the kicker: these habits can quietly chip away at our happiness, our health, and even the way our loved ones connect with us. I'm talking about subtle shifts, like clinging to the past a little too tightly, resisting the changes of a fast-moving world, or slowly letting go of the self-care routines that once made us feel sharp and confident. The truth is, getting older doesn't have to mean feeling isolated, frustrated, or left behind. Your later years can be a chapter filled with connection, purpose, and a rediscovery of all the things that make life worth living. So today, we're diving into 6 surprisingly common habits that many seniors develop, habits that can push people away, harm our health, or rob us of joy. But here's the good news: I'm not just going to tell you what they are. I'm going to share practical, heart-centered ways to turn them around. Stay with me until the end, because what you'll hear today could help you, or someone you love, rewrite the story of aging into something vibrant, dignified, and full of life. Before we begin, if you enjoy videos like this and want to keep learning powerful lessons for living your best golden years, make sure you tap the subscribe button, turn on the bell, and leave me a quick comment with the number 1 if you're watching. Alright, let's begin. Habit number 1. Holding on to the past like it's a life raft. The past is a beautiful place to visit, full of warm memories, proud moments, and the people who helped shape who we are today. For many of us, those memories feel crystal clear, maybe even more vivid than the present. And it's no wonder, when life gets uncertain, when our health changes, when loved ones move or pass on, the past feels safe. It's predictable. It's ours. But here's the tricky part: living too much in the past can unintentionally create distance. We may find ourselves telling the same old stories again and again. Not because we've forgotten, but because those are the moments that feel real and important. The problem? Younger people, kids, grandkids, even friends, might struggle to connect. They weren't there. The stories can feel like they belong to another world, and over time, they might disengage. And for us? Constantly replaying those old tapes can leave us feeling stuck, as if the most exciting parts of life are already behind us. That can lead to sadness, frustration, and even depression. How to turn it around? Instead of leaving the past behind, weave it into the present. Share your story, but then ask a question that invites the other person in. For example, "I remember the road trip we took back in '74, it was wild. What's the most fun trip you've ever been on?" You could also start writing your stories in a journal or recording them as videos. This way, they're preserved forever, but your day-to-day conversations can focus on new experiences. And here's the magic: when you stay curious about the world around you, asking about someone's dreams, their hobbies, what excites them today, you discover new stories of your own to tell. Your life's narrative keeps growing, proving the best chapters can still be ahead. Habit number 2. Fighting change like it's the enemy. Let's be honest, change is hard at any age. But when you've spent decades building a life that works for you, change can feel downright personal, like the world is trying to erase everything familiar. Maybe it's learning a new phone, adjusting to new health routines, or even just trying to understand a world that moves faster than it used to. For some, change stirs up a deep fear of losing independence, fear of not keeping up, or fear of losing the identity you've built. But here's the thing: the world will keep moving forward. And if we dig our heels in too hard, we risk being left out of experiences and conversations that could keep us feeling alive and connected. The cost of resisting change. Frustration, for both you and those trying to help you. Missed opportunities, to learn, to connect, to feel relevant. Growing isolation, because the gap between how it was and how it is gets bigger. How to turn it around. Start small. Pick one little change that could make your life easier or more enjoyable. If tech scares you, maybe just learn how to video call your grandkids, nothing else. If you're moving to a new area, explore one local cafe or park at a time. Ask for help without shame. A younger friend or family member might love teaching you something new, and it can be a bonding moment. Many libraries and senior centers even offer free tech days to guide you through new gadgets step by step. Remember, adapting doesn't mean giving up who you are. It means adding new tools to your life so you can keep doing what matters to you. And every small step is proof that you're still capable of growth. Habit number 3. Letting self-care slip away. This one's tough to talk about, because it often happens quietly. Showering, brushing your teeth, getting dressed, shaving, doing your hair, these everyday routines used to be automatic. But for many seniors, physical changes like arthritis, poor balance, or even simple fatigue can turn these little tasks into exhausting chores. Sometimes, depression or loss of motivation creeps in, making self-care feel pointless. You might even catch yourself thinking, "What's the use?" But here's the reality. When personal care slips, it doesn't just affect your appearance. It can lead to health problems like skin infections, gum disease, and lowered immunity. And it chips away at your self-confidence, which makes it harder to socialize, which then increases loneliness. How to turn it around? First, acknowledge that self-care is not vanity, it's health care. Looking after your body sends a signal to yourself and to others that you value your well-being. If mobility is an issue, adapt your routine. Use a shower chair, electric toothbrush, or clothes that are easier to put on. If motivation is the problem, set small, non-negotiable habits. I brush my teeth every morning before coffee. Or, I change into fresh clothes after breakfast. You can even make it social, call a friend while you get ready, or plan to meet someone so you have a reason to put in the effort. Over time, you'll find that caring for your body also cares for your spirit. Now, let's take a moment to really visualize the impact of these foods on your life. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, and instead of wincing as you stand up, your joints feel more fluid, your hands aren't as stiff, and your knees don't grind like they used to. You walk to the kitchen with ease, pour yourself a warm cup of tea, and instead of dreading the day's physical tasks, you feel capable, strong, and optimistic. That's the power of incorporating the right plant-based proteins into your daily meals, not just as a health choice, but as a life-changing decision. When it comes to arthritis, inflammation is the real enemy. It's what causes swelling, stiffness, and pain. And while many medications can mask the symptoms, plant-based proteins help target the root cause by reducing inflammation naturally, rebuilding joint-supporting tissues, and improving your overall energy levels. This isn't about going vegan overnight. Now, here's the truth. Arthritis in seniors is far more common than people realize. According to the CDC, nearly 1 in 4 adults in the United States have been diagnosed with some form of arthritis, and it's the leading cause of disability among older adults. Many seniors in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s feel like joint pain is just part of getting old. But the reality is, you can take steps to fight it. And the beauty of plant-based proteins is that they not only ease arthritis symptoms, but also help maintain muscle mass, protect bone density, and support heart health, which are all essential as we age. Let's dive a little deeper into the science behind this. Plant-based proteins are rich in phytonutrients and antioxidants, compounds that help reduce oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress is like rust forming inside your joints. It wears them down over time. By eating foods like lentils, quinoa, hemp seeds, or chickpeas, you're giving your body tools to repair and protect itself. These proteins also provide essential amino acids, which help repair damaged cartilage and connective tissue, 2 things arthritis relentlessly attacks. I want to share a short story here about Eleanor, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. She'd been battling knee osteoarthritis for over a decade. She tried cortisone injections, physical therapy, and even considered surgery. But her granddaughter, who was studying nutrition, encouraged her to try a plant protein-focused diet for just 8 weeks. Eleanor swapped her bacon and eggs for a quinoa breakfast bowl with berries and almond butter, replaced her deli sandwiches with chickpea salad wraps, and added a lentil vegetable stew to her dinners. In less than 2 months, her morning stiffness decreased by nearly 50%, and she was walking longer distances without needing to stop for rest. Eleanor's story isn't unique. Thousands of seniors across the U.S. are experiencing similar transformations simply by making these changes. The key is consistency. Eating plant-based proteins once in a while won't cut it. You need to make them part of your daily eating habits. But don't worry, this doesn't mean boring meals or complicated recipes. You can start small. Replace one meat-based meal a day with a plant protein-rich alternative. Try making a hearty black bean chili, a lentil soup with turmeric and ginger, or a chickpea and spinach curry. Here's another thing many seniors don't realize. Plant proteins don't just help the joints, they also improve gut health. And why does that matter? Because an unhealthy gut can trigger systemic inflammation, making arthritis worse. By eating fiber-rich plant proteins like beans and legumes, you're feeding the good bacteria in your gut, which then produce short-chain fatty acids that help calm inflammation throughout the body, including your joints. But let's not ignore the emotional side of arthritis pain. For many seniors, chronic discomfort limits their independence and joy in life. Activities like gardening, dancing, or even holding a grandchild can become difficult. By making this dietary shift, you're not just addressing pain, you're reclaiming those moments. Imagine being able to kneel down to plant flowers without wincing, or walking through a park without worrying about whether you'll make it back to the car. As you commit to adding more plant-based proteins, remember to pair them with other anti-inflammatory foods like colorful vegetables, berries, nuts, and seeds. Hydration is also critical. Joints need fluid to stay lubricated, so aim for enough water throughout the day, ideally infused with lemon or cucumber for extra antioxidants. And one last piece of advice: be patient with your body. The changes won't happen overnight, but within a few weeks to months, you'll notice improvements in mobility, energy, and overall well-being. Think of it as an investment in your future self. Every plant-powered meal you eat today is helping you move more freely tomorrow. So, as we wrap up, remember this: arthritis may be common, but it's not unbeatable. By choosing foods that fight inflammation and nourish your body, you're taking control of your health, one bite at a time. And plant-based proteins are one of the most powerful tools you have in that fight.